Last week at Trois-Rivières, one of the neighboring town here in the province of Quebec, here in Canada, we are now heading into the final race here in the Canadian leg of the PSRLA season for this year. But what a way to kick off, basically like a Grey Cup, if we're going to say, here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. But here we are for the 16th race of the 2024 PSRLA Cup Series season. And what a way with the sporty drivers who are battling it out for the passing the halfway through of the season. This is the NAPA Auto Parts 200 at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Hello everyone, this is Virgil Lance for the 37th special coverage here of the NAPA Auto Parts 200, or could we say NAPA PSRLA Auto 200 for those French speakers here, but here it is. But of course, but first, this is the pre-race so far. But yeah, joining alongside me is the typical face, or let's just say the face of the PSRLA Grand National Series and the team owner over here at the Cup Series. It's Alex Navitale. Hello, man.
Well, more like the voice rather than the face, but yeah, hello Virgil, and hello everyone. Yet another road course. We can get enough of those, can we?
Yeah, basically, well, so far, road course races have literally been interesting, but since ever since the road course that we had at Coda, of course we do have multiple road course races here in the schedule, but of course there is still a lot to go. We do still have a lot of road courses to go with, considering the Chicago Street Race. Well, that would be the second street race of the schedule, and then we're still going to Watkins Glen International with the dog leg. But hey, well, of course that is going to be the first time that we're going to do Watkins Glen with a dog leg since 2023 season. We've gone to the that we exclude the dog leg of that part. But of course, we are now talking about Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, the typical track that hosts the Canadian Grand Prix over at Formula One, also formerly hosts the NASCAR Xfinity Series race here from 2007 to 2012. And of course, well, here we are, well, with Alex. So what do you think might actually gonna happen here in this 2.71 mile track over at Montreal? And what are the corners that we should look into?
Well, the obvious answer for that would be the Wall of Champions, the chicane right before the start finish straight, because that could lead to a lot of chaos. I mean, if Formula One cars crash all the time, then imagine what's going to happen to much more heavier, bulkier stock cars, or bulkier when Formula One cars today are, but usually boats. But yeah, the biggest corner to see is the Wall of Champions, and I'd say also the corner before the first DRS zone. What would be the first DRS zone in this Formula One? I don't exactly know the turn of the corner, but I would bet that's probably going to be one of two, maybe three passing zones, and actually might as well have the very beginning, the kink, and the finishes with the two corners right at the start finish, after the start finish rate, where the pit road actually leads.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. But hey, of course we both know we're sharing weekends with the Wawa Cup Series. So of course, stay tuned later on for the Tim Hortons Canadian Grand Prix here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. But first, let's have the NAPA Auto Parts 200 here at over here at the PSRLA Cup Series. But hey, considering everything here, well, just a little bit of recap from what happened what happened at Circuit Riviera last week. Of course, Trey Bartow started on the pole and then almost led the until the only round of pit stops, and of course he hit the turn 3 barrier real hard, and that's why he had to return from the race. And then that point, that is Matt Tuck grabbing that one, bringing home the bacon and winning the combos 180. But of course, let's see if Matt Tuck can actually make a sweep here at the PSRLA Cup Series Canadian leg, since Matt Tuck is just starting in 11th right now. So let's see what he can do from there. So of course, well, checking in the point standings here is of course Jeffrey Fingai currently holding the points lead with 417 points towards the championship. Well, of course, with his 3 wins, he's just comfortably right there. Let's see if he can get that regular season championship over that. Well, Drew Webb hanging around second, 7 points behind. Skylar Taylor, 8 points behind. Ludovic Charette, your hometown boy, 38 points behind. Jonah Bridge, 41 points behind. Oh, sorry, did I just misgender the Ludovic Charette? Hometown lad, or yeah, sorry. Let's just say hometown lad. So Eric Monaco, 42 points behind. Nathan Stapleton, 43 points behind. Angel Gutierrez, 47 points behind. Zachary Fitzwater, your road course ringer, 53 points behind. And Cole Raymond, 62 points behind. Well, just, of course, we have a huge gap from the cut-up there with 13 points between Cole Raymond and Anthony Nicol. But Anthony Nicol is just starting in fifth position, probably, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Ludovic Charette is in 5th, but hey, doesn't matter. But hey, Trey Bartow, who almost grabbed that one in the bag at Troy Riviera, is just with even larger gap, 27 points behind the cut-up. So there's still a lot. This is still 7 more races before the playoffs, and there's still a lot to happen here. Of course, considering the next races we are back into racing at circles again in America. But there's still a lot to happen here, considering the gap between these drivers. But hey, here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve for the running of the NAPA Auto Parts 200, the 16th race of the 2024 PSRLA Cup Series season. And of course, as these drivers are rolling up, and we are already done with the pre-race ceremonies. And of course, you know, big shout out to the driver of the PSRLA Cup Series official pace car. Well, this is Nicholas Latifi. Hopefully, he won't crash just like what he did at Abu Dhabi 2021. But hey, big shout out to the hometown boy, or sorry, he's from Toronto, not Montreal, but whatever. Doesn't even matter because he's not even participating in the PSRLA Cup Series. So, here we go. On the pole here is in the number 55 of Jonah Bridge. This driver from Perth is the first Australian in the field, and that is not Zachary Fitzwater. And then starting alongside him is the number 19 for Appalachian Motorsports. It's Travis Crampton. Row 2 sees the 52 of road course swinger Mr. Angry Zachary Fitzwater. Alongside him is the number 42 of Anthony Nicol. Anthony Nicol, not Tom Sloan. Row 3, your hometown lad, Ludovic Charette. Of course, we do have a corner named after this driver. Alongside him is the number 43 of Tom Sloan. Row 4, the guy who finished second at Troy Riviera, it's Garrett Malvidal. Alongside is the number 95 of Purab Shuristava, just another Canadian, but who does it give an F about this guy? Row 5 sees the number 79 of Nathan Stapleton, who is just trying to chase into the points battle. Alongside is the number 88 for Team Velocitar. It's the Dale Johnson II. Of course, let's look into the other drivers here. Well, but first, we do have Jeffrey Finguy, who had a trouble in qualifying and has to start the race dead last. There's Bradley Ream starting, I believe, 31st? 31st, I believe, your winner from Charlotte. And last but not least, Matt Tuck, starting 11th, your Troy Riviere winner. So, Alex, who do you think is gonna win the NAPA Auto Parts 200?
That's a hard one, but I'm going to say go to Shrek. I'm going to bet that the push that Short is going to get, because home race and all is probably going to be the reason why he's going to win the race, or at least have a really good performance.
Nicholas Latifi, here we go. He enters the pits where he belongs, as John Bridge and the 19 of Travis Crampton will lead us to the green flag racing here. Here we go. Green gets it to go. I don't know the French meaning of that, but we're underway. Well, the 55 of Jonah Bridge has a clear enter as Fitzwater did dirty, and we do have ourselves a huge pile up, but not much of a major issue. And Matthew Hubert spins, and he might actually fall down that last. Wow, but nothing major just yet. And this guy would be able to... Here we go. But so far so good for Jonah Bridge, then Travis Crampton, followed by Anthony Nicol, Garrett Mabdel, and Nathan Stapleton hang around the top 5.
Unless Crampton might actually attempt to move a Burr race, which is not going to happen right now. Nicol is close to the rear of that 1998 Malaysia car, but Crampton is actually going to get a decent enough exit out of the hairpin into what would be the last DRS zone. This was a Formula 1 race, and he's going to fall and put a bit of a safety gap away from Nicol to dispel any attempts of an attack, as Burridge makes it off of the chicane and the world champions to complete. Stapleton almost brushes the wall there, and Burridge is to complete lap number 1.
Yeah, and Stapleton might actually be passed by Perbshire Stubba depending on what would happen. Almost a contact there coming out of the S's, but here it is. Jonah Bridge was able to clear the 19 of Travis Crampton from the start. Ooh, the 55 hits the wall. That's weird. Now, this could be an opportunity for the number 19 of Travis Crampton to be able to pass coming into the Ludovic Charette corner. And wow, Garrett Mabadell and Anthony Nicol battle for third now. Looking good for Garrett Mabadell after finishing runner-up last week at Troy Riviere. You know, maybe Mabadell would be able to... I didn't know, maybe... Good job for this part-time driver. Maybe next year we could see Mabadell after... Of course, he's a part-time in trucks, part-time in the Grand National Series, and also part-time here in the Cups. So maybe we could see Garrett Mabadell would be able to sign a contract into a Cup team next year. Who knows? Considering his talent.
Depends if he's actually going to get more better results in the trucks and possibly more rides in the Grand National Series, because right now he has had only one race in the Grand National Series. But yeah, I would honestly I would like to see Mabadell and Cup, really. Maybe actually come to think of it, since we think that Jimenez might just call it quits at the end of the year and nobody will blame him, as we said, maybe Evans Ross could think of replacing Jimenez with Mabadell. That's what's going to happen.
Who knows? I mean, silly season is still underway now, so someone blew up, and it's the number 7 of Bruno Di
Ah,
Giacomo.
Bruno.
Already won 3 races this season, but it might actually put him down the order. Maybe he has to stay inside the top 30 if he wants to be in the playoffs.
And also, oh wait,
Yeah,
also Ella Baker blew up.
Ella Baker as well. I love these
Okay,
guys when they smoke out of the barbecue out there.
okay, what in God's name happened to them? Because how was that like? You know what this reminds me of?
Wow.
The time in when Arrows in 1998 blew their engine at the same exact time. I think it was in Spain, I think, if I remember correctly. And
Well,
anytime we got line of cars in the garage, there goes Raymond. You
Jamie
know, now
Santal,
all
Scarlett Taylor, and Matthew Hubert now coming out. Cody Sale and Bradley Rim still in the pits, which is
now
surprising.
Cole Raymond is coming out of the pits, you know, all too familiar at this point, and actually pretty sad to say, in an all too familiar outfit, quote unquote. There goes
Ooh, did I believe Travis Crumpton hits the wall of champions, even though he's not a champion, but maybe in the other series he is, but in the PSRLA Cup Series that's not the case. But you know what? Travis Crumpton was able to hold on into the second place.
and about that second race, about yeah, about Ludovic Charette. As we said in the pre-race intro, we have some tributes, the York tribute to Charette on the side of the track, the Billboard tribute to the side of the track. In the meantime, Shura Stella side by side with Rodell, and what's the Shura Stella from the 93 car, and actually trying
Ooh, poor
to take off.
Staba.
You know,
What? In a bunkers. Bunkers race
and
now.
yeah, it's probably and now Shura Stella looks like it's going to a little, and yeah, that's going to happen. But going back to more to Charette,
Yeah.
uh,
You know,
I mean, okay,
well,
you go ahead. Sorry.
the 95 of Berkshire Staba is now out of the top 10 position. But let's see, John Burge is still out of here. He says 3-second gap from Travis Crampton. But who knows if maybe they would be able to catch up into the pits. You know, John Burge has a clean race car so far. But I'm not sure, maybe no one's gonna have a 13-second pit stop with these guys. So, considering everything that is happening now here in Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. But so far, good race for John Burge, leading every single lap so far. Now he has to deal with Skylar Taylor and who's following? Matthew Hubert as well. So, good race so
Yeah.
far for John Burge. And did I just jinx that as he hit the wall?
Yeah. But as I was saying about Charette, I'm assuming a good chunk of the audience, and of course every single driver in the field knows what that number is about. But for the ones who don't know, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that also don't know what the World Cup Series is, that 51 is the car for is the number of the car for Graded Autosport that Charette drives for in the World Cup Series, which, by the way, as we said in the intro, are going to race after this one.
Yeah, so far so good for the Little bit Red. You know, he's the hometown hero here in Quebec, of course. He just living in Labelle, just few miles away from here in Montreal. So of course he's doing pretty well in Quebec. Maybe not in Trois-Rivières last week, but hey, well, Matt Talk just hang around inside the top 15 probably. Then Berkshire Staba is just dropping down the order. He's in 14 right now. No,
That's
yeah,
in the
14.
short term 14. There goes a little on the inside of Auto. I think that's for position definitely.
Ooh, Ryan Little as well as Jonathan Carrison hits the wall of champions Again, these
Yeah.
guys are pretending to be champions, even though they're not. Matt Talk enters top 10. Didn't realize that. Then Cody Smart just hanging around in 11th. Barto is in 12th. Now, the 28 of Brian Lewis way down in 13th. So, again, interesting race that we do have here. So, you know, it's almost a 5-second gap between Burge and Crampton. So, Crampton has to do something if he wants to. He needs to get close into Jonah Bridge if he wants to have any chances of winning this race. So far, he's only have one top 10 in the course of the season. You know, it's funny thing. Oof. You know, it's funny thing that AG once told me that a combination of Appalachian Motorsports and Travis Crampton is this disaster. You know, if you know Wawa Cup Series, of course, that's the case for now for Travis Crampton and Appalachian Motorsports. Well, at least their luck is turning around now since Nicolas Samudio has won as well with. Let's see if Logan Williams does the same. As here we go. Oof.
As the Taylor's in the pits.
Yeah, he's been in the pits very early, so. Now, are you sure Cole Raymond is in the right competition?
I mean, at this point, let's see this cars, this damaged cars with the hood, the front bumper completely ripped up for quite a few races now. So I guess we've become a multi-class competition.
Of course, man, if you know what I mean. I mean, yeah. I guess some of the drivers had enough, such as Cody Sill. I mean, he had an accident, so he has to return from the race. But wow, if you know many cars in the pits right now.
Yeah, pits, and I think pits settled that started.
Yeah, I guess some of the guys had enough, like enough of the yapping. I guess we're just gonna yap like Nathan Ormond do.
There goes Sloan for the
Even Fitzwater's in the pits, and Charette as well.
And Charette, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, yeah, this the pit side, the start of the pit cycle.
Yeah. I guess the Canadian leg for the 82 of Ludovic Charette has been gone from bad to worse. Not a good home race for Ludovic Charette, as coming back here into the lead. Look at that. Trey Smith, a lap car. Wow, 6 seconds, maybe a larger gap between Bridge and here we go, battle for the second now between Travis Crampton and Nathan Stapleton as wow, Anthony Nicol. Did he went off? Ooh, no.
Oh, it's
ooh, wow.
Oh my god.
That was I believe Anthony Nicol has some mechanical issues, or
the thing is, you don't stop the car right in the middle of the track.
Yeah, that's so dangerous, man. If you know, if PSRLA uses the same rules as with the oval races, there would have been a caution. That's for sure.
For example, in real life NASCAR, we went for the red flag that was after the lap one wreck.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that would have been the case. Meanwhile, Fitzwater is the lap car, so no, he's not actually. Now, looking back into the leaders here, Bridge had a good race. Now he has to deal with cars such as Fingai, Sustrai, and Charette. Now, the challenge for him now is to be able to pass this lap cars or trying to yap like Ormond. Ormond has no
And
talent at all.
now Russell is going to add himself into the equation, as Stapleton has to deal with Trey.
Oh, this is
And
interesting. Sustra
there
hits the
goes
wall.
it. Touch Trey wide into the wall, and he's going to pretty much. He's going to. There we go. There we go. Here's to you. He's going to pretty much get out of the way of Norwich in a pretty quick way, and yeah.
Now I realize something. If you hit that curb over there, you might actually slide your car, as Garrett Movidal takes third away from Travis Crampton. Dale Johnson II still hanging around in fifth, followed by Eric Monaco, Matt Tuck, your last week's winner, Trey Bartos in 8th, Berkshire 7 9th, Blanky's in 10th.
Actually, okay, this is gonna be a bit of a limited selection between Russell and Bengai, which I think it has for position, I want to say, and looks like Bengai, no, there's going to side by side either the red zone, and looks like it's now they're dead even, not to be straight, but demonstrate at the DRS zone, I might as well call it, and it looks like Russell is still going to keep it into the chicane.
Burridge coming to the pits, as well as the 79 of Nathan Stapleton. Crampton and Movidal are staying out, so Movidal is gonna lead a lap here as he's trying to figure it out, trying to pass Trey Smith. So let's see. I mean, I'm not really sure if Stapleton has a damage, but you know the 55 obviously has a damage. So
Stapleton has the host.
He's only replacing the left tires though, but they have to stay or repair some damages. No, obviously, I guess no one's gonna have 13-second stop. That's for sure. Let's go back into Malvadel. Eric Monaco has that damage in the right. Here's the 93 of Malvadel, who led some laps at Troy Riviere last week before having to go into the pit, and it looks like that his strategy didn't work as he finished runner-up to Matt Tuck. But you know, that was an interesting one to finish there last week. But let's see if Evans Ross Racing decision to hire Movidel for some races gonna be good. But now Crampton, let's see. Ooh, Kyle Sharp hits the wall. Now Oskin Charette. Now
that's not, that was Brady.
Yeah, Movidel's coming in.
Alright.
As well as the 19 of Dale Johnson. No, sorry, Dale Johnson also came in. Travis Crampton, yeah. Travis Crampton. Not sure if anyone stayed out. Roberto Khan Jr. is a lap car. That's Roberto Khan Jr. actually stayed out. Surprisingly. So he's now your leader. So, but I guess he's not counted. He did not count. So I believe the 37 has a clean race car. So I'm not really sure if he hit the wall or something. But it just seems like he has a good clean race car so far. Now where's John Burridge here? And Trey Barto, they're close with each other now. So maybe John Burridge had a slower stop than Barto. And Fitzwater is a lap car.
I think is Barto for position or he's a lap car?
I guess huge jump.
Okay, it's for position then.
Where's yeah. Later we'll look into Roberto Khan Jr. Wait, Matt Tuck is ahead of... Wow, Matt Tuck is actually ahead of John Burridge. Surprisingly. Yes, he is. So we might actually see ourselves to have a new leader here. Since John Burridge, of course, huge damage for him. And I'm not sure about Crampton though, but Mabadell is ahead. But Stapleton is also ahead. Look at the 88 of Dale Johnson second though. Bradley Ream,
Yeah,
lap car obviously. It just came in. Yeah, Roberto Gon Jr.
he's in the
finally.
pits.
Yeah, now he's in the pits. Not sure if he's going to be counted as a leader just yet. Bradley Ream also coming in. Oh, sorry, he's a
Yeah,
lap car.
that was dope.
You have to observe the top left corner of your screen, so maybe Mawabdel or maybe Crampton would be able to catch up, as well as Stapleton. Those are the guys you have to focus on, since we have to focus on the 37 of Roberto Con Jr. Wow, what a race.
But there's also Shirasawa and Del Johnson.
Yeah, those are the guys that you have to look into. Here's Mawabdel,
There's Montreal.
here's Johnson, and here's the 79
That's
of
Stapleton.
Stapleton now. So obviously they are going to pass this 37 of Roberto Con Jr. as here we go, battle for
The lead. There goes Johnson on the outside of Montreal.
here we go. 3-car battle for the lead here. Well, Dale Johnson II would be able to clear for the lead. Now going into the nightmare turn. Now clean so far. Stapleton hits the wall.
There goes Stapleton. So he's going to lose a bit of gap from Montreal.
Mawabdel looking good for him now. I mean,
I guess this way. I guess this is a way to take basically a bench that races Charlotte where it checks them.
oh well. I mean, that's not a really bad jinx at all. But just
I
yeah.
mean, actually, speaking of Charlotte, I mean, okay, that it's your team and you do whatever you want, but how when are you going to give Genie Stamelio a chance? I mean, the guy is leading the championship and has 4 wins in a row. I think he's deserved of a shot at the cup race.
Yeah, maybe he'll get a chance, or maybe maybe a Chevy team would be able to loan him for a cup attempt. Who knows? Because Checkered Motorsports is kind of tight in schedule right now, so maybe who knows? Maybe some of them would be able to loan Genius the MLU. But you know, if I can. Maybe I want to put him into a cup attempt. Who knows? As Dale Johnson II is just out of here. Look at that guy's speed. Looks like Team Velocity may actually sweep the Canadian leg of this schedule here in the Wawa Cup. Oh, sorry, the damn.
I mean, we are, you know, what how can I say this? We're not the support race because that the Hearst Sprint Series, actually, they've been racing Montreal. They were supposed to be today.
Well, I mean, Wawa Cup Series is our partner league, so that kind of makes sense.
The side dish. Let's just put it that way. Or the side dish race. I don't know what to explain to the World Cup Series, so I guess I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably since Wawa Cup Series is our partner league as well as JBL Cup Series, so of course you guys gonna also watch some action over at the JBL Cup Series over at NS Racing 97 YouTube channel. You know what? You know what? The 88 is just out of here.
Yeah.
All you have to do is to nurse it home, unless something happened to this 88 of Dale Johnson II. As he almost had a close call with the Wall of Champions. Now, 6 laps to go for Dale Johnson II.
And looks like Stapleton actually, I think he's still in the same gap as with Montreal. But speaking of Montreal, I mean, we've said this like 100 times by this point, but again, the part-timers and the newcomers have had their time of their lives in virtually every single tier of the PSRA. I mean, just to make an example, Kenny Chris, like the first race in the International Series, like the first races that he had, um, third place here in Canada, he almost came in winning some of them. He scored podiums, but yeah, and I think it was also or Montreal right now, but there wasn't there another part timer that did really well. I mean, Ryan Lett at Talladega, you said it yourself.
Here's Mavadel now closing into Dale Johnson the second. You know, we saw earlier that Nathan Stapleton hits that wall again, but maybe Garrett Mavadel would finally have a chance to be able to close into this 15, the 88 of Dale Johnson the second. Maybe they are going to close the gap with each other as coming into the Wall of Champions. Ooh, almost.
And they're going to clear it.
You know what? Nathan Stapleton has to be careful entering these turns if he wants to have any chances of winning here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
Right. Right now, I mean, tires not standing, of course, but pretty much right now by the way, check the gap of the first three from the Crampton. Almost 10 seconds is between Stapleton and Crampton.
Yeah.
Safe to say.
Yeah, looks like these three drivers are the only
At
ones.
this course in front of
Yeah. Looks like these three drivers are the only ones who can actually contend for the win. So Garrett Mavadel and Dale Johnson the second. Looks like we do have ourselves a very interesting battle. Maybe we could see the similar thing happen at Watkins Glen 2014 between Ambrose and AJ Allmendinger. Here's wow. Surprisingly, Angelo Gutierrez is in fifth right now. Good performance for this Mexican driver. I think it's just he's used into these road courses.
I mean, I'm actually really think where did it start? Because he came out complete out of nowhere. Actually, wasn't he involved in the crash at the start?
I'm not really sure though, but it doesn't matter for him anyways, since he's inside.
Where the hell did from Stapleton the Gutierrez came from?
You know, now Roberto Crown Jr. is in sixth right now. You know what? Looks like he actually had a good strategy here. So maybe a good finish for Crown Jr.? Who knows? As Nathan Stapleton looks like he's trying to close into Garrett Mavadel. At least he didn't. As long as he don't force himself into a mistake, I guess it's just good to go. You know, Nathan Stapleton wants to win a you know. Ooh, this is interesting. Dale Johnson the second hits the wall, and now here's Garrett Mavadel going to enter for the lead. It's almost a side by side here, you know. Now we do have ourselves a close battle between these three, as no one hits that curb, and wow, Dale Johnson the second. I think he just almost lied over there, but you know, with 4 laps to go, it looks like these guys are looking good for themselves now. As maybe Dale Johnson the second turning into. Ooh, went into the grass, and now Mavadel passing for the lead here, as well as Nathan Stapleton looking to pass for second. Good job for Garrett Mavadel and Nathan Stapleton for forcing Dale Johnson the second into a mistake. I believe Nathan Stapleton had a bad exit coming into the hairpin.
Johnson had a better exit. Actually, had a better line in the hairpin coming out of the hairpin. So. Yeah, he's not going to suffer 2 overtakes at the same time, and there goes Moladel coming coming into the chicane out of the DRS.
Ooh, close call.
That was super close.
Good thing it didn't hit the Wall of Champions real hard, and now we do have ourselves 3 to go here. Garrett Mavadel and Dale Johnson the second and Nathan Stapleton are all fighting for the win.
this is gonna be pretty exciting. This is gonna be pretty exciting. In the
Oof.
meantime, Crown Junior deals with Brampton and it's Gutierrez. Gutierrez is going to overtake Brampton. I want to say, yes, we're really too much overtook. I mean, there it goes.
He has the
Absolute Circuit
freshest
Gilles
tires
Villeneuve.
of them all, so that's kind of a fair
Actually,
point.
yeah, there it goes.
Here we go. These guys are still close with each other as the 88 of Dale Johnson II almost slides his car. Here we go, coming to one of another dangerous turns here in Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. You know, maybe, yeah, it's just between these three drivers who might actually get into to win. And Mabadell got loose. Now, Dale Johnson II might actually have a good run coming into the hairpin.
But doesn't look like Mavadel is going to keep the
Holding.
door shut on the 88 car.
And
For
the
now,
88 hits the wall. This is interesting.
well then.
You know, for fourth, Roberto Con Jr. is now clear for fourth. I mean, he's the last driver and to come into the pits, and he has the freshest tire of them all. Angel Gutierrez maintains fifth. Crampton maintains sixth.
But I don't think those fresh tires are going to be going to.
Here we go. 2 laps to go for Garrett Malbadell. And yeah, it's just between these three drivers. One of them is gonna win the NAPA Auto Parts 200 here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. You know, maybe, wow. Who knows, maybe this is gonna be a very Cinderella run for Garrett Mabadell, finishing second to Troy Riviere, and now he maybe tries to win here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in Montreal. Look at that.
Right now, Mobile has pulled a bit of a safety gap as Johnson has to deal with Stapleton. Stapleton is, was good for rear of the Velocity car, but now Johnson has pulled quite a bit of safety gap between them and the other Island Motorsports car. Is it other Island Motorsports?
Yeah, our Island Motorsports.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I mean, not talking about the Volvo car, but regardless, they're going to be equally distanced, the three of them, as Moladel comes into the hairpin for, well, the penultimate time.
Here we go. Good entry for Malbadell. Not so sure about Stapleton though, as he might actually lose some bit of ground there. As you know, yep. Well, surprisingly, Alan Jefferson's still inside the top 10. He just barred himself into the top 10. Here we go, coming into the World Champions. Ooh, close call for the 88 though. Here we go, white flag now in the air for Garrett Mabadell. Just 2.71 mile for Garrett Mabadell to claim his first ever PSRLA Cup Series win.
Then Brandon Moladel must be praying to every single god in every single pumpkin that nothing goes wrong with the car, that the tires are going to be crushing up to last the entire race, as Johnson has to...
Ooh, hits the wall!
And there it goes. Well, that might
good
be
news.
That might be it.
It might be good news for Garrett Mabadell, but he don't have to force himself into a mistake right now. Now, here we go. Garrett Mabadell has a comfortable lead now. Looks like he's looking at his rearview mirror, and you know what? Let's get it done. I'm over. Here we go. Almost got loose.
Well, we're sorry for breaking kayfabe, but this race is not time to do it.
Yeah, they'll do it for the 9-3 out Garrett Mabadell. Just who knows? Coming to the hairpin now. Just one last straight. Unless something happens. I don't want to jinx it, but whatever.
In this case, not the arrest, so...
Yeah, obviously. So here we go. Coming into the Wall of Champions now in the final turn. You know what? Garrett Mabadell, a part-time driver, journeyman, now cruises home to win the NAPA Auto Parts 200 from Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. So congratulations.
Bravo.
Yeah, congratulations to Garrett Mabadell. for grabbing that elusive win in his second race. I mean, wow, just wow.
Or actually did it. Oh Jesus!
Dale
Sorry
Johnson
if I
finishes
go off.
second. I,
Yeah, sorry if I just let myself loose, but this wasn't able to do. But yeah, yeah, real props to Montreal, and also Dill Johnson the second. That was a really good race, and he had that track that hit the wall. I think he would have probably challenged him until the end, but yeah, still great result for Johnson the second, and also shout out to Nathan Stapleton. I mean, that guy that he was also pretty competitive this entire race. But yeah, congratulations to this top three has been fantastic. Nothing else to say.
yeah, very amazing job for these drivers there. Now, at least finally our short are able to rest.
I mean, now Stapleton is free. No, Stapleton is not racing in the World Cup Series because I was really commented on those. But yeah, I mean, for most of these guys, it's going to be time to break time, but not for all of them
Yeah,
because yeah, there's the cup race, the World Cup race to deal with.
yeah.
But yeah,
You know what? Kudos to Roberto Jr. as well for finishing fourth. Angel Gutierrez with a fifth place finish. Travis Crampton in Met Talk. Met Talk finishing top 10 in both races. But there you go. April Alport just coming out of the pits yet. For whatever reason. I mean, there you go. So let's look into the here we go. Let's look at the rest of your results here. I mean, Garib Momadel. Yeah, this guy's just clicked as retired because for whatever reason, yes. Garib Momadel with a win. Dale Johnson is second, finishes second. Nathan Stapleton third. Roberto Brown Jr. fourth, and Gutierrez fifth. You know, wow, just 18 cars finished on the lead lap. And no one of them finished a lap down, but the next car after Tony Brady is just 2 laps down for whatever reason. Just wow.
yeah.
You know what? Let's look into the point standings after this bonkers race. Because you know, it's just chaotic, if you know what I mean. Looking into the point standings here at after race here in Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and we're already halfway through the season here. Let's look into the point standings after 16th race of the season. Now, surprisingly, without talking him, Drew Webb takes the points lead with 438 points towards the championship, followed by Jeffrey Finkai, just 3 points behind. Scarlett Taylor now in third, 23 points behind. Nathan Stapleton, his teammate, 26 points behind, but after that good run here as well, then Jonathan Parrish fell down the order, 29 points behind. Followed by then Angel Gutierrez, 32 points behind. Eric Monaco, 37 points behind. Ludovic Charette, 38 points behind. Zachary Fitzwater, 52 points behind. And Cole Raymond, 69 points behind. Nice. Then just behind the cutoff, 12 points behind Trey Barto. Then 13 points behind Persia Esteva. Then there's 20 points behind is Alan Jefferson. Actually, Roberto Jr. and Persia Esteva tied in points. Then Alan Jefferson just with additional 20 points behind. Then Phil Torres also tied in points as well as Anthony Nicole hanging around 23 points behind, but of course good. Now we do have ourselves a good, interesting wildcard battle here. Blaine Keys currently holds the 12th spot since Bruno Di Giacomo is in 26th. Once he fell down into 31st below, he's not gonna be eligible for playoffs, so he has to be careful if he plans on having bad runs. Especially considering that he is running an uncharted ride, he has to consider qualifying to every single event. But hey, here we go. So, Alex, final thoughts about the race?
they were finally done with it. Oh my god! But yeah, it's honestly, this was a lot more calmer than I anticipated. After the last one crash, pretty much everybody just realized that well, what pretty much everybody just chilled down. But yeah, as we said, this race was a complete nightmare to do. So yeah, I'm just happy that we're finally done with it. I don't even care that Bruno retired, that Bruno and Troy retired, but because this was a nightmare to make. So yeah, but I'm just glad we're done.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, it is just what a race. Could we finally say this is the race of all time? Because I guess it is.
Oh, no, I mean, I'd say in another way, but I don't want to swear. So yeah, you know what I'll say for sure. I'll just say that. That's like the PG version of what actually want to say.
Yeah, right. But anyway, what a race. Maybe a race that we won't ever forget. But hey, at least we get this over with the conclusion of the of the Canadian leg of the PSRLA Cup Series. So I guess we finally have our job done. So here we go. Thank you guys very much for watching this special presentation of the 37 Network here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Next race is gonna be the Iowa. I almost said that legendary word. But yeah, the Iowa Corn 350 here at Iowa Speedway. So thank you guys very much for watching, and on behalf of Alex and Vitale, so long everyone. Congratulations to Garrett Malvadel.